In an unexpected and historic turn of events, Donald Trump has secured a sweeping victory in the U.S. presidential election, clinching Arizona and cementing his return to the White House. This win marks a dramatic comeback, as he managed to carry all 7 critical swing states, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris with a substantial margin in the Electoral College. Trump's final tally stands at 312 votes, nearly 100 more than Harris's 226. The Republicans are on the cusp of a complete legislative sweep, holding the Senate and closing in on control of the House of Representatives. The decisive win means Trump is already gearing up for his return to Washington. This Wednesday, he will meet with President Biden at the White House to begin the transition process. Early signs indicate that this administration will be distinct from his first. Trump has announced that 2 notable figures from his previous team, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, will not return to government service. This news isn't entirely surprising. Haley famously called Trump unhinged during the primaries, although she later endorsed him. Public reactions in Washington were mixed. Protesters voiced their fears about the future, expressing anxiety over a potential rollback of social and progressive policies. "I feel unheard, powerless," said one demonstrator. "We were moving towards more inclusion and progress, and now it's like we're taking steps backward." Senator Warren Peterson, a Republican from Arizona, spoke about why his state swung in favor of Trump. "Arizona reflects the mood of the nation. It came down to everyday issues: inflation, crime, the border crisis, and cultural concerns. People are tired of the extreme policies they've seen over the last few years." Peterson emphasized Arizona's recent voter-approved state law reinforcing federal immigration policies, frustrated by what he described as the previous administration's failure to enforce border laws. With Trump poised to take office, stronger federal enforcement and deportation measures seem likely. In Mar-a-Lago, Trump's base and team were already buzzing. The president-elect spent the weekend there, busy with plans for his cabinet picks. One notable difference this time around is Trump's seasoned approach to leadership. Political observers note that while Trump's business acumen was always a cornerstone of his appeal, he now pairs it with greater political experience. "Balancing the budget and cutting government spending should be priorities," said Peterson. "If energy prices drop, inflation follows, and that's key for everyone. Economic debates remain front and center. Concerns about Trump's potential use of tariffs have resurfaced. Tariffs could raise living costs," noted a political analyst, "but Trump's skill as a negotiator makes this a calculated tool." The Biden administration left many of Trump's original tariffs intact, signaling bipartisan acknowledgement of their impact. Annika Green, a Republican strategist and former speechwriter, weighed in on the broader implications of this victory. "This election is a clear rejection of progressive politics and a desire for change. It's a signal that many Americans are exhausted by being labeled for their dissenting views and condescended to by mainstream media." Green pointed out the stark contrast in how Americans consume media today, highlighting the massive audience of Joe Rogan's podcast compared to traditional outlets like the New York Times. Questions remain about Trump's cabinet. His exclusion of Pompeo and Haley signals that loyalty remains a priority, but with lessons learned. Green mentioned, "Trump's earlier tenure was marked by advisors whose loyalty was questioned, sometimes leading to internal discord. This time, a balance between loyalty and capability will be crucial." The landscape in Washington is shifting quickly as Trump readies for his return. The road ahead promises dramatic political and social changes that will resonate deeply across the nation. Will this be the administration that reshapes America's future as Trump promised? Only time will tell. For more in-depth stories and breaking news analysis, subscribe to Brave Voice and be part of a community that stays informed with the truth that matters. Your voice and support drive our mission, so hit that subscribe button and join us today.